Cafecito. Yes, I know. This is our second show for the day. So yeah, no. This is not my daily uniform. This is the same outfit I just got through wearing. Forgive me. We didn't have time for me to go change wardrobes.
Yes, that's important for us.
And that's important. Welcome, Diane Herrera here, and Ivan Peña is over here at the camera. Today we are interviewing and speaking to Martha Castilla. Okay, and she is the Edgewood ISD Board President. Martha, welcome to Cafecito.
Thank you.
We show this program on Friday mornings at 8 o'clock, but once it's up Friday at 8 o'clock, then it's up forever, so you will be there forever.
Okay.
I always start with the same way because we interview our Edgewood products. What schools did you attend?
Lomo Park, Truman, and Memorial.
So as a child, you lived right around where? Give me an idea of where.
On Hortensia, by
Hortensia.
Between Aurora and Commerce.
Yeah, I know exactly where. By the church, right?
Yes,
Before
the church.
Good. Any siblings? Do you have brothers, sisters?
Yeah, there's 7 of us.
7, and all of y'all did the same schools?
No, only one of my sisters went up to Truman.
Okay.
Yeah, we were new immigrants
Oh,
when I
really?
started. Yeah.
So you were Spanish only.
Oh yes.
Good for you, Mija. Good for you. I'm so glad to hear that. Higher ed, beyond high school?
I did some college, and I did several. I'm a community health worker through Northwest Vista College, and I'm a medical assistant through San Antonio College of Medical and Dental Assistants.
Okay. You have children?
Yes, 2.
And grandchildren?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Well, Richard and I have been together 55 years, and our first grandchild will be 2. So there's plenty of time. Plenty of time. You worked for the health field, right? You said
Yes.
Dental?
No, I work for UT Health Science Center,
Okay.
but since I started the Promotora model here in Edgewood, it has now expanded to South Texas, and now I'm working through UT Health Science Center with 5 centers in South Texas.
You know, I was going through your info, and I got tired just reading. What kind of energy do you have, mamacita? Or is your brain like consistently just going full speed, and your brain is just always thinking of something?
Yes, as long as we have problems here in Edgewood.
Do you not sleep nights?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Because your brain is tired of all day long, Well, because I'm an Edgewood High School graduate, because Mama graduated from Edgewood High School, my children graduated from Edgewood High, and my husband did too. So because of that, and because I worked in Edgewood for 30 years, I want to thank you for all the work you continue to do. So accept my gratitude that you are still working for our community and for our children. Thank you so very much, Mija. But now I want to know, what are some of those programs that you have developed?
I think the most proud of is the Edgewood Family Network. It's when we started a nonprofit for promotoras, and
Okay, we hear something, but we'll just keep going. Go ahead.
it was a nonprofit that I started here in Edgewood
Okay.
with mujeres here in Edgewood, and then it became family. So we had men, children, all the full family engaged. And we used to serve 1,000 families a year, and we also included as promotores high school students.
And that's your Edgewood Family Network? Okay, because I had that to talk to you about. Okay,
Okay.
keep going then.
And then from there, I kept on going, expanding the promotora model through the city, through the county, and now through South Texas.
Is that the Buena Vida?
Promotoras de Buena Vida were the promotoras through Edgewood Family Network.
Oh, got it. Okay, so
That was the first model.
okay, Mija. This is now making sense to me. Okay, keep talking, Mama.
And so right now, I always, when I did all my community work, I always ended up working with health and education. So I work in helping families, meet their basic needs, and that continues, but I feel that we need to start focusing on preventing all that. So that's why I got involved in the school district, so that our children could have more opportunities and expose them to different things, and then really believe in themselves. And because when I started getting involved in education, I saw that all of us want the children to be successful, but they don't know that. And
You know, I used to tell people, this is during my teaching years, I have never, ever, ever met a parent who did not want everything for that
Yes,
child.
yes.
Never, ever. I remember having parents who were fuming, who were upset, who were educationally, intellectually, but they all wanted, quiero mejor, maestra, por favor, maestra, quiero lo mejor para mi hijo. All of them,
Yeah.
everyone I ever spoke to.
Yes. Sometimes the children aren't aware of that. And tomorrow we have our first bilingual conference in Spanish. I'm gonna speak in Spanish. Y eso me da mucho orgullo because when I started going to the PTA with my children, they said, if you want to hear the PTA in Spanish, you have to stay after. So everybody that spoke Spanish had to stay 2 hours extra. And now they're inclusive, so all the families feel included, and that's what I love. And the children will have better exposure to have 2 languages, and even those that don't speak it, because some of us weren't allowed to speak in school and we lost it, but it's good to bring it back.
Now, you co-founded the Heart for the Neighborhood,
Yes.
and that focused on visiting, feeding, supporting the isolated seniors of the Edgewood School District. Oh, mija, because I'm already a senior in the Edgewood School District, tell me about that.
So after the Edgewood Family Network nonprofit shut down, I was at home and I said, okay, I remember that we had never done a program specifically for seniors. So I started a ministry with my church, and that became the nonprofit Heart for the Neighborhood, because I brought people from the outside to help us feed the seniors, visit the seniors, anything that they needed, we would try to support them with that. And the main thing was the isolation they had.
Oh, COVID destroyed me, because my husband and I were preparing, here we were preparing for our very first grandchild ever. So what we did is we just cut society off and we stayed inside the house to protect ourselves for this baby
Yes.
to be born.
Yes.
And that is the saddest thing in the world, when you isolate yourself and you cut yourself off from conversation, from other people.
And knowing that somebody cares for you or knows that you exist, or I remember we used to visit some of the seniors and we would ask for them by name, and they were all excited because it's not for you, it's for me. They're here for me. So as we visited them, we realized a lot of them needed care, and they didn't have home health, or they didn't have a lot of things. So I partnered with UT Health Science Center Nursing School. We used to bring in nurses. We brought a lot of partnerships to come to the home and provide that service. Because then you have all the barriers, no transportation, and
Of course.
nobody to go with them, and so we brought it to them. And that was a really nice program too.
I remember, I don't know, I'm going to say 1998. I'm going to take a wild guess. NEA, the National Education Association in Washington, D.C., came to start helping Edgewood with a problem that the school district was having with privately funded vouchers. And what they wanted to go into the downtown area and pick one of the largest hotels, and all the parents in the community would go over there and dinner, and the community said, we're not going. You come to Edgewood. And we ended up doing at Edgewood High School, and we had a daycare at Stafford Elementary across the street, and we brought in hundreds of parents. But they were not willing to go downtown to some big hotel.
No, because sometimes they feel that's not for them. I want to tell you that was one of the priorities, or the main things that we had to do with the teenagers that were involved with the Edgewood Family Network. We had a program, the Techies, and it was all about computers. So they learned computers, they learned different softwares and all this, and then they trained the promotoras to use the computer.
Oh my goodness.
So one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that they were exposed to different things. So we started doing field trips we went to UT Health Science Center, the Briscoe Library, where they met other professionals that were very, very into the computer and all the different programs. But the one that I was surprised, but I was glad that it was asked, is promotoras. We were promotoras, and they asked us to be to make it official by being state certified. But we had to go to Northwest Vista to get the certification. And so I said, okay, these 35 women are not going to go to Northwest Vista.
And the 35 women were from Edgewood?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And I said, these 35, and that was the first cohort because we had several.
Yeah,
graduate.
correct. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I said, these 35 women are not going to go to Northwest Vista. So why don't you come over here? We have the space. I could say that because we already had a space.
Well, of
Before
course.
we was the cars and the parks and all that, but
Yeah.
at that point we already had the space. So they did our first class there at our space, and then that's when they started having conversations about coming to the district, to Edgewood. And now they're at West Sea.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank God we got.
Wow, that is neat. That's neat to hear.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you, as the board president of Edgewood, 16 square miles, 9,000 kids now, what do you see happening in the very near future for us?
Well, because of the pandemic, a lot of the new things, new initiatives have been delayed.
Yeah.
But I envisioned that we're going to have more children graduating. And we have, even in spite of the pandemic, we still have students that are graduating with honors and grants, and some of them are graduating with their associate's degree. That was a
I
partnership.
think that is an amazing program.
Yeah, the Texas A&M.
Yes.
We have girls in their leadership school. We have boys in the leadership school for boys, but also focusing on the arts. There's a lot of plans, right? But as we can, we'll develop them, because it's like revamping a lot of the things. But it's all positive. It's all positive for our kids. Everything that we do, we always ask, okay, so how does that help the kids? Todo.
I worked under superintendent, and every meeting that I went to, she would sneak in at some point and she'd say, if you're not discussing the kids, go back to your campuses. And that kept everybody focused. We're talking about the kids, and that's it.
And what has helped this board a lot is that, so now we're all elected. Board that was elected,
Correct,
no
correct.
longer with
Correct.
management. But
Right.
what has helped us is going through the Lone Star Governors training. They teach us what it is to be a board member and where we can and cannot get involved. So that training, I loved it because I told them, I want to do this right. And so how do I learn how to do it right, and how do I help redirect those that are getting out of our focus?
Correct.
So it has helped us a lot, and to be respectful and say, okay, so how does that help the kids? And because the thing that Lone Star Governance says is that children's results will not change until the behavior of the adults change.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
true.
we keep reminding each other, and we just
Good.
stay
I'm
focused.
very glad to hear that. Anything else you want to add? Yvonne, anything? You're doing fine? We're doing okay? Good. Anything else do you want to add that we've done in Edgewood, or your plans are, it's been discussed and y'all are moving toward that direction? Anything else?
I just want to say that I have been very honored to serve on the board, because we have people, the board members right now are very dedicated. It's a lot of work. It's a volunteer job, and so we do the work groups where we all come together to learn what's happening this month before we get to the board meeting. When we get to the board meeting, we don't take that long because we already studied everything.
Sure.
We already asked questions, and so and then we have. I always dream of having the parents that speak Spanish very engaged and involved, but not just doing, I remember when we started the promotoras, they would tell me, no, I'm already involved in the school. What do you do? Oh, I cut the paper and I make copies. And I said, no, how about doing presentations and leadership? Really good development. So I would like more of that. And with our bilingual conference tomorrow, I'm going to invite them. I'm going to invite them to get involved in the school.
During that 1998, that my brain is thinking 98, we brought NEA, we brought TSTA, we brought Texas Freedom Network, we brought MALDEF, we brought, oh my God, we brought IDRA, EDRA, we brought them all in. And we would go to every campus and speak to the parents, just speak to them. And the parents had so many questions, and once again, it was done English and Spanish. We made sure of that. And we just educated our community, answered their questions, and we became a powerhouse.
Oh, yeah.
We traveled buses to Austin, and every parent knew what was going on, and every parent was aware of their rights and their strength. Empowerment.
Yes, and the students too, to be able to see the importance of an education, to have all the opportunities possible, and for them to take, those opportunities. And what I want to tell you is, what do I hope to see in the future? That our community is very strong, educated. All our kids no longer fear going into St. Mary's or to Our Lady of the Lake, because I used to be like that. But now that I'm grown, I say, we're all human, we all fit. It's all about our attitude. And so we will be very successful, and everybody will be talking about Edgewood because of the success we will obtain.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I did a presentation one day for public education. I was in Los Angeles. Of course, it was all educators, of course. But I got up and I said, I am Diana Herrera from Edgewood ISD in San Antonio. And every person stood and clapped. And I tell people, everyone in that room knew about Edgewood. And I came back to Edgewood, and our kids know nothing about Edgewood.
Yes.
And that bothers me. It bothers me that our educators don't know the power, the impact, and who we are and what we have done as in 16 square miles. So I agree with you, and I'm so glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, because everybody needs to know the history. We need to know where we come from to have that pride. And we say Edgewood proud, and that was one of the. What are we proud of?
Yeah, because they don't know. The kids don't know.
Among our board first, and then that message is going to be sent out.
Oh, me, you and I have been brought together for a reason.
Yes.
Thank you, Ivan, for bringing us
Ivan.
together. It's been a pleasure, Martha. You and I are going to speak. As soon as this is over, you and I are going to talk, and I'm going to pull out a calendar.
Okay.
Thank you so
Martha.
much, Martha. Thank you for your
Thank
work.
you.
I know you don't get paid. I know it's a lot of clock hours. I know it's a lot of arguments and laughter. I know that. I've been part of a board meetings for my entire career, my entire life. So thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.